All right, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to what is going to be a very exciting game of Smash. This is Coach Keith here filling in for Coach Schmidt. He is doing big, important things, so you will have to deal with me for today. So we are going up against a longtime rival here of Kelloggsville. This is the second time we've seen them in a regular season where it is a top-tier competition between the two teams, and it is going to be very tight, intense gameplay today. Also faced them at States for the shot at the grand finals, and it was a close match on all three rounds. So this is definitely one where Charlotte is going to be looking to make a lot out of this and setting their hopes high for if they're able to achieve, then we're definitely looking at top contention here for spring state tournament. So right now it's just going to be a matter of making the initial pick for getting into lobby here. Looks like we are going to be starting with Elliot playing on the Lucas, one of his classic looks. And he's going to be playing against Rob. Don't know if that's one that we've regularly seen out from Kelloggsville, but that is fine.
3, 2, 1.
All right, so getting started right away. Just going to be kind of feeling each other out here in the early round. This is a common thing to be doing in Smash just for the sake of figuring out what your opponent's doing. A lot of our guys really like to get a sense for what are they going to be dealing with and how do I work around it. So early on, probably see a lot of back and forth here, but the goal for Charlotte is going to be, after we've gotten a bit of that back and forth, now we've got a read on them. So bit of an advantage here for the Rob early on. Lots of long-range poke going on, and then getting in there with nice high percentage hits, kind of keeping him away from that ledge guarding that he likes to do on the Lucas. It's going to be a big charge up of the blaster from Rob on Kelloggsville. Nice throw off to the side. Simple recovery. That's going to be a nice eat there from Lucas. Definitely going to be wanting to close the gap. That is quite the showing there from the Rob. But now we're going to hope to see Lucas come in with a big play here. Really building up some nice percentage here, but again, we're looking for a little higher percentage and a nice convincing hit. That's going to be a nice one. And now he's got the ability to guard the ledge here, which is going to prove to be a problem for the moment for Kelloggsville, but they are able to get the recovery, and now they're going to start flipping the script here a little bit on Elliot. Lots of the utility that you're seeing here from the Rob, I'm assuming this is the reasoning for the pick, is the Rob is making it very difficult to mitigate some of the damage that Rob does with his long range. A lot of his stuff is able to cancel out Lucas's abilities, and so a lot of what you would typically consider the bread and butter of Elliot's moveset with Lucas is kind of being negated here a bit. So he's going to be having to work a bit uphill here, but he's doing a good job of keeping this still competitive, trying to stay in it. If he can get another stock here, we're definitely looking at a good start. Obviously, you want to get those three, but very capable of Elliot to get another one right here. As I say that, though, Kelloggsville is definitely putting down big numbers. This Rob is really camping the ledge very well. Get the feeling this is something that they have prepped for in some way, but Lucas gets a nice pick, and that's going to bring down to 1-1. That is a great one for him. Definitely a needed hit. See if he can do a little work here as well. At this high of a percentage, you can't expect the world, but you can definitely make it a little scary for this Rob. He is going to start making this look a little scary for the Rob, which is definitely preferable. That's a risky move to be making right there. Locks you up for a very long time while you get it out. Usually you see him using it as a ledge guard move. Interesting play from the Rob. I think denying some of that zoning that Lucas has been putting down. And that top is just still going to be sitting there. Nice read on the laser as well. And that's going to be a close one, but not quite. Still does get the 2 stocks out. So that is going to be a slight advantage going in favor of Kelloggsville for round 1. So going to be recording here. Now the team is going to be getting together on this and talking about what can they do to possibly change versus what worked well. Common thing to be doing in Smash especially. A lot of this comes down to who's playing in what order in order to have favorable picks for different people's skills. So for example, they might say, hey, that was rough for Lucas. Maybe next time we see if that lead is going to come out from the Rob, maybe we play someone different against it.
Luigi.
So we're going to see from Kelloggsville they have to replay the Rob here, and they're going to have to drop down to 1 stock. So Charlotte is going to be putting in Aaron, looks like. And I can assume I know what he's going to play, but you never know. Sometimes you got to change it up depending on what the opponent's brought out. But he is going to go for the classic Luigi. So just needs to take 1 stock here. If he's able to get the stock out without losing 1, it's still going to be an even fight between Charlotte and Kelloggsville. So again, very early game. Nothing to be overly worrying about. Interesting drop there from the Rob. Now we're going to wait for the invincibility to run out, and now we are in it. So lots of the same things that we're going to see from the Rob is going to be trying to mitigate and deny access to him, going in when he feels like he's got the ability to close the range and then reopening it. But looks like the pace is going to be set a little bit here by Aaron. He's going to be closing gaps when the Rob would prefer to have a little bit of distance. You can see here again, he goes for the laser, but Luigi is going to very early on be closing it so that way he does not have the opportunity. He is able to eat that discus as well, where Lucas was having struggle with that sort of thing. So I think this is going to be a better matchup in favor of the Luigi. Should be able to take the 1 stock here. You'd be a little disappointed to see him drop a stock here right now. So again, going for the ledge guard, high percentage onto this Rob. He's definitely getting the advantage here. If he can get 1 nice side hit at this high of a percentage, should be able to just send him off. And as I say that, there we go. Script is written, and that is a nice, clean expectation of the Luigi. So that's going to put us even Steven with Kelloggsville. Now the advantage for Kelloggsville here is now that we've brought out the Luigi, they're able to pick what would they like to bring out next. They still have 2 players in reserve, whereas Aaron is going to have to be locked in and play again. So they know we're bringing in Luigi. They know that it's going to be Aaron right now. They have the slight advantage of being able to pick who do we bring in next that we think is going to be able to take 3 off of this Luigi. But that's a big ask because Aaron is quite the competitive player. And sounds like from what the team is saying, that was their Fox player that we've seen a number of times playing the Rob. So I assume they're keeping the Wolf in reserve. We are going to have their Cloud coming out.
2, 1, go!
Aaron playing. Sorry, I just have to record things for record keeping. So early percentage for the Cloud. Again, it's a similar thing that we're seeing here. Trying to play a lot of long range. Luigi is pretty short range except for his neutral B, but can't really be relying heavily on that for fights. And this is something to be expected too, is that when you're going up in these competitions, you got to expect both teams are going to be bringing new things, making this a more competitive fight than last time. Neither one wants it to probably be as close as it was in the past. Charlotte definitely wanting to make a more convincing statement, and Kelloggsville definitely does not want to give Charlotte the chance. So we are going to see definitely a favor going for the Cloud. But again, this is a letting the Luigi get his feel out for this, see how the Cloud's playing. These are smart players. This is some of the highest level play that you'll see in the state. So it's definitely a matter of letting them cook. So Luigi here still going to be making this competitive. Either one of them has the potential of, if they get hit hard enough here, chance to go down. So Cloud is going to be able to get that hit, give himself that early advantage. Now if Luigi can take it off of him quickly though, that advantage immediately dwindles away. Got some cheering for the Luigi in the chat. Absolutely agree. I'd be banning you if you said go Cloud. No bias, but you know, we are Charlotte, not Kelloggsville. Nice pick there from the Luigi. Going to be evening this up pretty well. Takes a bit of early percentage, but again, if you can get that smash attack down, percentage only means so much. At the end, we only care about who's got a stock left. Very nice combos coming out from Aaron Brown right now. He is absolutely just closed the gap and given himself a lead as well. Now we see the Cloud is trying to get a reset. He's going to get some distance and see if he can, you know, get a little more poke damage, because he's definitely reading that Luigi is starting to feel himself, like we said early on. Nice! That's going to give a lead to Charlotte now, and his percentage is not too high, so as long as he can stay away from the Cloud a little bit here during the invincibility, and he does, and he's getting nice combos again. This is where we said, let them feel each other out and figure out what the other's doing. This is intelligent gameplay from the Luigi. If he is able to get this with 2 stocks, that would be absolutely massive for Charlotte. Having that 2-stock lead, still keeping another player in reserve. If it goes down to 1, it's still going to definitely be competitive at the end, but it would be lovely for Charlotte to have that advantage. It's going to be a nice hit from the Cloud, though, so now Luigi is going to be not necessarily on the back foot, but he is high percentage. The odds of him getting that pick are low, and there we go. Now it's even Stevens, but percentage definitely in the favor of Luigi. Just want to make sure that you hold on to this. Do not let go of the control that you've created here. You definitely do not want to be going down to the Cloud. You want to have the option to see what they're going to bring out for their third player and help Nick decide what is he going to do in order to mitigate that. That's a nice ledge guard there from the Luigi as well. Got to be careful, though, getting a little high on the percentage. This is going to be a close one here. This is anybody's potential. But as I say that, Aaron Brown says, I don't think so. And that's going to put us up 1 stock. We get the Luigi in for the 3rd round. And that could be a big one. You can do a lot with 1 stock. We've seen plenty of teams, even at the highest level, they take a 3-stock on a single. So definitely dangerous to let Aaron Brown come in on that stock. We'll see what it is that they're going to play from Kelloggsville. It's got to be that Wolf play, right? We're looking at Nick Hatter, and he knows what he's going to be probably facing up against, unless Aaron Brown sets an absolute state championship level gameplay right now, which he's definitely able to. And that is a curveball play of the Diddy. Definitely not expected, but you can hear Charlotte's pretty excited about this because they definitely have thoughts about the Wolf. But got to be careful here, too. Do not assume that the Diddy is not a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely could pull this out. But we're going to try to deny that to the best of our abilities. All right, Luigi down to 1 stock here for Aaron. And the Diddy Kong. Again, just a different pick. But we've talked about this in practices. We talked about this with the players. Teams like Kelloggsville, if you go state champion, everybody's looking at you as the bar. And that means they're looking at your VODs, they're looking at your picks, they're looking at your strengths, and they're trying to counterplay it, which means you got to have some back pocket plays here. You got to have the Robs, you got to have the Diddies, because people are not expecting it out the gun. And so far, it's looking to pay pretty decently well for Kelloggsville. If they're able to get that stock onto Luigi, not quite able to do it, but that banana peel, holy moly, is that an annoying banana peel. Aaron's going to be looking to get at least a stock here. The goal is the stock. Gives Nick Hatter a nice advantage, but man, those banana peels there. This has got to be considered littering at this point. I think that somebody's going to need to issue a citation to this Diddy Kong because we're not a fan. You can see Aaron holding on to the banana peel because that means Diddy does not have control over it. Who would have thought that we'd be fighting over a banana peel? They both get a hit here. It's high percentage, anybody's game. This might be a dangerous one for the Luigi because he does get all of his hits shielded. That banana peel, so dangerous in that moment. Just got to see one big connection. This is looking scary, but is able to get out of that situation pretty well. The Diddy Kong misreads it, is not able to take advantage of the missed attack. That's a nice grab from the Luigi. Almost connects, but not quite. Shields it out. That's going to be good, but he does go off there. So close, but it's now going to be even for Nick Hatter coming in versus the Diddy Kong. So Nick Hatter's got to make a decision of what's he going to do, how's he going to play this. Lock it in, because this is going to be important now. There's no other stratting to be done. There's no counter picking. It is just a matter of a 3v3. Who's got the better play? My money's on Nick. I don't know about anybody else watching. My money's on Nick. So, stratting right now, thinking about what do we play. So, kind of debating between what sounds like the young Link and the Roy. And this is an important one to think about because you do have to definitely consider height differential here. Diddy Kong is a smaller hitbox against the Roy. Young Link would kind of make that more of a neutral, and they both have projectile fighting in favor of each other. They've got zoning materials, like you've got the bomb and the boomerang from Young Link, which you've seen Nick Hatter play that boomerang. I mean, the 5 steps ahead that you have to play at the level that Nick does. He's definitely got a strength there, but we got to figure out what is it that Nick wants. Sounds like they're going to go for the Roy this time, and that's a fine pick. And the nice thing about this is it's a best of 3. If it doesn't work out with the Roy, you've always got next round as well. But we'd like to see the Roy pull through here. That'd be a great for Charlotte to go up 1-0, because then even if Kelloggsville is going to counter pick for round 2, Charlotte's already up 1-0. The worst that they could do is get counterpicked and it goes 1-1. And then they can counterpick the counterpick. So it's one of those situations where round 1 is super critical and important here. So Diddy Kong versus Roy, neutral 3v3. Nick's got the headphones in. He's ready to play. So he's seen what the Diddy Kong likes to do. He's going to try and play close here. You can already see that Diddy Kong has not been able to play the peel as much. He's trying to zone him away from it, which I think is a nice play here. And you can already see the effect of this. This Diddy Kong just keeps on giving up space, trying to back up. And Roy is not allowing a lot of movement and mobility here. Does get the banana peel back, and he's going to get a nice combo in on the Roy. Roy's now having to play a little more defensively, not able to get that closing of the gap as much as he'd like to. The banana peel does take effect there, but the shield is going to eat up any of that potential that was there for Diddy to make a big play. Nice hit onto him. Again, mitigating the banana peel to the best of his ability. He's comboing well onto him. That banana peel, man, it's just such an annoying thing. And you can see how much he relies on it. It's a very important tool for the Diddy. It's great for right here. It's great for ledge guarding. But he gets a good recovery out of it. Jumps into the banana peel. Wants to play away from that a little more. He's going to go high percentage, and that's going to be the first stock in favor of Kelloggsville. All right, so now Nick, again, want to see him replicate what he was doing early on in the round. Lots of closing the space there, forcing the Diddy to have to back up, not able to play. Don't give him the chance at the banana peel. As soon as he doesn't have it, you can see that he struggles a lot more against the Roy. I mean, it's a similar thing that we saw with the Wolf when we were watching States, is when you see that coach gun coming out and you're able to negate it, all of a sudden that Wolf starts wanting to back up. He doesn't like the close range. And I mean, look at this again. As soon as Roy starts coming in, you just see the backup from the Diddy. He's just getting high percentage out in a distance. It's the same type of play that we're seeing with the Wolf. And then he goes in for the strike when he's got him nice and high. I think you wait out the banana here. You force him, force his hand a little bit. That's going to be, again, another up smash. We'd like to see Nick turned this around here. Not sure if it's going to be possible to get the 3 stocks in this situation. But if you can at least get the 1 or 2, you know that you've got fighting chances. It could just be a counter pick in future. Could be a map change as well for pick bans. Could be a lot of things. We know this is going to be a close one against Kelloggsville. It always is. Kelloggsville is a strong team, and Charlotte's a strong team as well. And that's going to be what looks to be a bit of an SD. Gets zoned off pretty heavily, though. I would call that the zone. So that is going to be round 1 in favor of Kelloggsville. So now we're going to go into round number 2. Kelloggsville leading 1-0. They're going to decide who's going in. Probably expect to see Kelloggsville try to get ahead of the gun here a little bit and also go for a counter pick of maybe switching up who starts out, because they know that we are probably going to be doing a similar thing, and then they're going to go for it as well. So, taking a moment here to strat. In the meantime, though, let's see some support for Charlotte, huh? 3rd place at States. They're hungry for more. Top-tier team in the state. We've been here in this situation I don't know how many times. Pretty sure our 2022 run where we went tied for 6th in the overall league. First round, went to the lowers. Every round after was a 1-0 against us. And yet we made it that far. We only lost to number 3 and number 2 in the state that year. Overcoming that adversity to a massive degree. So, show some support, show some love. Game is definitely far from over. Charlotte is thinking it through, making the plans. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think my lunch did enough for my hunger. Because I'm hungry for a win. Man, that was terrible. But we stand by it. Looks like we're going to lead with the Young Link. Strength for Nick. See what they're leading with as well. Have we gotten a map ban yet? Or a map pick? I believe that it is Charlotte pick here. They're going to go Yoshi's Island. This is going to be a nice map for the Lucas for sure. This is a smaller map. So again, some of that zoning that we were seeing on Smash between the Rob, the Cloud, and the Diddy. All 3 of them have a similar habit. Zone them out, play to long range. A little harder to do on Yoshi's. You've got that middle height as well as smaller map, and those ledges, the way that you can see them tilt down is huge for both Young Link and Lucas. 2 of our strongest roles here on Charlotte. That is going to be a huge start for the Rob. So definitely want to see Charlotte come back from that. That's a dangerous situation to find yourself in to the start. Definitely don't want victory to slip away from Charlotte. Charlotte has every opportunity here to make this competitive, get round 2. But it's going to rely on right here. We need to start seeing Young Link play hard and heavy. Get a nice stock here, under 60%. Still very competitive at that point. So, this Rob is definitely getting a lot of nice hits in here on the Young Link, though. So, got to be careful here. Definitely do not want to let this continue in this manner. Nice blocking of a lot of the long range here from the Rob. But Rob, that edge play, so powerful. And now we're definitely seeing a lot of feeling on the back foot here for Nick Hatter. Needs to get some action on the board. Do not let him ledge guard you, because he has shown time and time again that he has the ability to just low percent you on this ledge. So, a little bit of a slower play here for the moment. Neither team wants to give up this stock. Kelloggsville knows if they could get a 3 stock here, it'd be absolutely massive for them. And Charlotte knows they can't afford that. Not this early. That's hard for mental. That's hard to come back from. You're asking a lot of your teammates. You'd be need to be averaging 5 stocks for your teammates if you don't get a stock here. That number goes down to 4 if he takes 1. So it's more doable. It still puts more on the plate of Charlotte, but it is not an impossibility if he takes the 1. It's going to be a big smash, though, for the Rob, and that's going to be a 3 stock. Definitely not where you want to be. But you can already hear in the background, Elliot and Aaron and Troy are already saying, not a worry. We know where the bar is. We can meet this. We have not come as far as we have as a program to let Kelloggsville take it away from us.
Luigi.
So it looks like they're going to be bringing in Luigi here. I like this call because we're leading strong.
Choose your fighter. Luigi.
And that way we know what is Elliot going to be up against. What is the bar going to be for Luigi against whoever they bring in next. Could expect to see, instead of the Cloud, maybe the Diddy.
3, 2,
They could reserve the Cloud then for the Lucas. Seemed to work out okay for them in that regard. Big ask for Luigi here, though. Gonna need to get 3 off from the Rob. And we need to see 2 against whoever they bring next. So, goal here, let's get out with 2 stocks. 3, of course, is nice, but at this high level, number 1 and number 2 in the state playing, that's a big ask right there. I mean, I know we just saw the Rob do it, but that is not something you can expect. It's not something that you can bank on. That's a nice zone from the Rob, but Aaron's able to recover it. Gonna get a nice few hits here. Denied the zoning. Definitely denied the zoning ability against the Rob. I think that's the strategy here because they know on Yoshi's Island this is a very easy campable spot. Gets a little bit of a misread there from the Rob. Same thing goes from the Luigi, though, so what was an advantage goes a bit neutral here. Early laser, not a lot of impact from it, but it's going to get enough to put him off the ledge here. Does not connect with the down smash ledge guard. That's good for Charlotte. Definitely would not want to start off in that situation. Same as we did in round 1 of match number 2 here. That's a huge up smash, though. A really good read on Kelloggsville to recognize he was going for the over. So, Charlotte's going to look for a quick answer here. Hopefully able to do so. Having faith in Aaron Brown that he's going to be able to do this. You can see on his face he is locked in. It's going to be a nice denial there of some space for the Rob. Has a high percentage and does not let him get camping. Needs to get a good side hit here, though. And this Rob is very good at the side denial, which is very tough to play into as the Luigi. Kelloggsville has a big, definite strategy of play the long range. You're going to be able to get a lot on them. They have good camping and good long range. I think that means most likely their weak point. Probably their mid play. It's going to be another one going down for Aaron here. It's starting to look rough for Charlotte. He does return it, but at this point he needs to take 2 here. He's going to have to keep it going against whoever's next. Trying not to let this slip away. Gonna have to kick it into overdrive here. Playing like we're at States. He has the nice ledge here. Is not able to get that. Smash down. But it is a good effort. It's definitely something that, at this point, it does not hurt too much to go for in this situation. You need to find some of those low percentage advantages. Rob's timing here a little bit off for getting that ledge guarding. Oh, so close. And this Rob right now, this is a rough situation. I think this is definitely something that was not necessarily anticipated, but this is the value of understanding that just as we can counterpick, anybody else can as well. So that is going to be 2 stocks left for the Rob. For Kelloggsville. Again, on a definite advantage here. Elliott is looking at 8 stocks. But I seem to recall we earned a trophy because he took 8 stocks once upon a time.
3, 2, 1, go!
So, can Elliott replicate what was an absolutely massive situation? He is going to be playing the Kazuya here. That's going to be early percentage for Kelloggsville onto this Kazuya. Huge combo, getting him up above 100% in under 30 seconds. Now this Rob knows they can wait. They can play the ledge as much as they want. They're definitely sitting in a comfortable position, especially knowing that they're up 2. You can start to get a little more aggressive with it. But at the same time, you can afford to give up space. Let your opponent make the error when you know they're in a tough situation. Let them go. Alright, so good recovery here from the Kazuya. Is going to start ticking up the percentage onto the Rob as well. Gets a nice early hit right there. And a nice connection as well. Almost gets the full stock off right there. Nice timing. Very nice timing. Almost gets it again. Definitely sitting in a good position here. Definitely wants to close this gap, though. You can already see the Rob looking to get as far away as possible. Does not like playing the close. And that's going to be even 2 stocks between Rob and Kazuya. Just needs to get close enough range here to get a connect. That's a nice hit, though. That's going to be a nice one to take. And he's still low percentage, so if he's able to get this one off the Rob, yeah, we're still moving. Definitely do not want to give the Rob the space here on the ledge, though. He is able to get massive hits at fairly low percentages when he does this, but you can already see Elliott is denying a lot of that. Actually is able to lay down underneath the laser there, avoiding what would have been quite a bit of damage. Probably a good 20% at that point. A little bit iffy to be playing above the Rob there. He does have a lot of upward attacks, but not going to be a concern. He is able to get away from that fairly scot-free. Again, the dodging of the laser, absolutely terrifying. Now we're in a situation where the ledge is being guarded very well, but also a good recovery from the Kazuya. Oh, if that laser connects. Absolutely devastating, but does not, thankfully. Good read. Charlotte can get underneath here. They could definitely close that gap, but that Rob zoning. Excellent gameplay there. So, bar is set now. Now you're going to be looking to find that last stock just to see what he can do. Can he get something rolling here? Throws above the Rob. Slanting of the stage, probably a factor in that. And this discus is just doing a number here. 70%. Gonna put him at about 100 now. And that is gonna be game 2 finished off. Rob, with one stock left, is able to get the sweep onto Charlotte for round 2. We're going to be looking at round 3 here now. Charlotte, they know the situation, but game 3 is a chance to prove to yourself. This was maybe an off day, maybe not the best picks, some tight moments that just didn't go in your favor. But if you can take round 3, you know there's still that hope. The last thing that you would want to see is that 3-0. So let's see Charlotte pull it together here for round 3. Mental has to stay high, the fortitude. Cannot afford to let go. The job is not finished. There's more season to go. There's more of this match to go. There's going to be all of states to go. It is not a time to be upset. Not a time to be beating yourself up. So going to be starting with the Luigi here for Charlotte. See what Kelloggsville wants to end up with. It is going to be also figuring out what map is going to be played. Sounds like there was an attempt for a gentleman's agreement for a map, but sounds like Charlotte was not in favor of taking that map. Cannot blame them. So it is Charlotte pick here because they lost the round. See what they see as being their opportune place. So, it's going to be a Yoshi story here. Lots of ledges, lots of height to it. There are 3 different platforms. A bit longer of a map as well. What you saw from Yoshi's story was very close up. This one's got a lot more distance, so this is definitely favoring Kelloggsville.
3, 2, 1, go!
The one nice thing is because there are 3 tiers of height, you can also close the gap. So good early percentage here for both. Going to be starting to go in the advantage of the Luigi, but as soon as we say that, there's going to be a nice combo out from the Rob. Rob does love to play from the underneath here on these ledges. He's able to get a lot of work done. And now he's going to be using a ton of discus action, and he's just got so much utility that you can use from a long range in order to mitigate your enemy. He's got laser, he's got discus, he's got good mobility to close gaps. So for Luigi, it's definitely going to be, can you get in there? I managed to avoid the initial hit that comes out. Get a good combo. Nice delay to avoid the down smash from the Rob. Definitely something to be worried about on that ledge. We saw how that worked out in round 2 against the young Link. Very scary. And that discus is just going to do a number right there. Very good utility usage from Kelloggsville. Charlotte looking to answer back quick if they can get an early stock in return. It's definitely still a very competitive first portion, and that's exactly what we're looking there. Aaron Brown, nice low percentage stock taken. And now we are even Stevens once again, and the momentum is going to be shifting in the favor of Charlotte here for a little bit. Do not want to just sit there hoping on it, though. You got to capitalize on that momentum. Turn it into a second. Good avoidance there. Laser goes in the wrong direction and is able to avoid the discus. And now Rob does not have utility to be able to use here to mitigate the close range of the Luigi, but he is going to take space, and there comes the utility back again. Tries to go for the discus denial on the side again. He's going to use the laser, going to use the discus, and now he's going to go in for the combos. Luigi needs to get close range on the side here. And that's going to be a hard delay there for him, going for that down B. Does put him in a situation where he is vulnerable, and that's going to be a very nice down smash from the Rob. Gets a nice low percentage there as well, so that's going to be advantage switching now over to Kelloggsville, but Aaron Brown is still in this. He is fiercely competitive. He's not going to allow something as simple as the stock advantage to deny him what he seeks so desperately, is that map 3 win. Sitting at about 5 minutes left here on the map potentially, but I don't think I've ever seen one go close enough to where you have to really worry about time. Somebody in the chat could definitely correct me on that and say, well, actually, in 2021, so-and-so went to 9 seconds. But I'll need them to let me know because I am not aware of such a thing. Lots of utility coming out here again for the sideways mitigation. Closing gaps is not something that Rob wants to allow against this Luigi, but Luigi's looking for it. If he can get that grab, definitely a big play. Rob looking to see if he can get that nice finishing side smash. Luigi, though, going to even it up, but he is high percentage. He does take the 2 stocks, though, so that is good for Charlotte. Definitely a potential here. If you get a low percentage, it would be immense, but I don't think the option's going to be there. It is going to be 1 stock left for the Rob, so it's probably going to be Elliott coming in next. Should be able to take the stock here and then even it up. And then see what Kelloggsville will bring out next. So, Luigi goes down with no stocks left. Rob's going to have 1 left over, but better situation than what we saw map 2. I mean, Rob was able to single-handedly take care of it there. Definitely not a good showing for Charlotte, but that is not their true form at all. I'm going to go for the Lucas this time instead of the Kazuya. I will say I do love his Lucas play.
3, 2, 1.
So, seeing the Rob again, but does need to drop 2 stocks here. So, watching for that 2 stock. Don't want to get started too early on the hands of Lucas. Alright, and we are in now. So, Lucas is going to be looking for, how do I create space denial? Is not able to eat the discus there. He's going to get a nice avoidance there. Starts getting some percentage onto the Rob. Cannot eat that discus. That is a shame. That is a really great ability on the hands of Lucas. But he is going to get a lot of percentage there. PK Fire does not connect for what would have been another very nice combo out from the Lucas. Do not want the shield break here. That is a big thing you want to avoid. But does get a nice block. That discus, though. Oh, my goodness. That thing alone deserves a medal. So I have just been informed the discus's name is the gyro. Good to know. I kind of still want to call it discus. You can, if you feel strongly about it, go ahead and leave a comment in the chat and tell me that you hate me for saying discus. And I will read that message and still call it discus. But go ahead. I just realized now that the comment in the chat, "we got robbed," is also a pun for the name of the opponent, Rob. Did not think about that till now. Goes for that ledge guard. Ooh. Could have been a very risky situation there for the Lucas. Lucas is definitely looking to close this out here while retaining stocks to keep it even. Oh, that is terrifying. That is going to be an SD. Definitely a rough one there. But should be able to get the smash. Does not complete, though. But there it is, the 2-piece. But he does drop that stock to an error. Avoidable error. But only down 1 stock right now. Definitely doing better than map 2. Get the feeling that it's probably going to be the Diddy here. I've been wrong before. So we'll see. Holy moly, though. We got ourselves a match. Charlotte is not letting that O2 get them down right now. Actually, it's called a gyro. Not to be confused with the Greek food. Gyro, I believe. Spelled the same, pronounced different, because language is a silly little goose. Especially if you speak the English language. Has just as many rules as it does things that violate the rules. But we're not going to violate rules here because this is a league and we are civilized people. We live in a society, and in this society, we don't allow littering. So we want to see this Diddy Kong getting off the stage because he is committing actual crimes. So we are looking to Lucas to be the op in this situation. Deny the littering. Throw that banana right back in his face and say, hey, buddy, that's a $500 fine in some states. Don't know if you knew that. He is going to light the monkey on fire, which could be considered also a crime. But for now, we're going to ignore that because the littering takes precedent here. And we are seeing a nice early back and forth between the Lucas and the Diddy. How on earth does that connect in favor of the Diddy? I don't know, but very interesting. Nice guard. The PK freeze almost connects twice. What a massive moment that would have been early on for Charlotte. But he is definitely making this a bit tougher for the Diddy. Deny him the banana peel. Do not allow him to litter. Nice PK fire, and that's going to cause very high percentage for the Diddy Kong. One good hit here could definitely do it for the Lucas, and he is showing a lot of dominance right now. Just needs to keep showing that dominance into a conversion here, and we'd be some pretty happy campers. Yeah, we don't want to compare the gyro with the Greek food. I bet the gyro tastes much worse if it gets to your face, which we did see that happening a lot there in round one. I would much rather have some Greek food. And that Diddy's going to get a nice juggle there, though. So, high percentage, but we need to see the conversion here. We need to see a second stock out from the Lucas. And then, you know what? Just make it a third. That's all I ask. I ask right now for the 3-stock. Give me a 3-stock situation, and I will be a happy camper with this Lucas. Now he's throwing peanuts around. This is absolutely degenerate behavior on behalf of a Diddy Kong. Littering peanuts and bananas. Not sure why we have the Thunder coming out again, but the PK Fire is going to take care of the job. And now Lucas holding the banana peel. Do not trip on your own banana peel, so help me. I'm being told that's not a possibility. For some reason, science doesn't work if the banana peel has the red triangle above it instead of the blue. Blue triangle bananas, awful. And that is going to be the Diddy Kong putting me in my place. Called him the litter bug. But he gets to keep littering. So now it's going to be down to Nick Hatter here. We're going to rely on a young Link, the young boy, to remove the litter bug from this map. Nick Hatter, the weight of roughly his entire head on his shoulders, because that's how weight distribution works. Don't quote me on that, science people. Elliot, right now, saying a lot of terminology that I can't possibly hope to understand or try to, but I can appreciate. I understand the Z is the grab, but what you just said in that speed, that's like when people in Rocket League say things like they're gonna go for the wave dash, scandy flick, updraft. Like what does any of that mean? I'm not sure. Goodbye to the litter bug for 1 stock. We are looking for young Link to say no, just like his name suggests. Say no to the litter bug. Hit him with the boomerang, hit him with the banana, hit him with the nice 40% early on. Great combos. play your video game, sometimes you don't want to overthink it. You just want to get in the flow state. And Nick Hatter so far with 66%, unmatched. As soon as I say that, of course, cast or curse. But definitely getting high percentage here onto this Diddy quickly. That's a good place to be. Now you just want to convert before you let them get too much percentage on you. That banana peel, though, is a villain. We are going to get an anti-banana peel, an anti-gyro sign in the game room, probably. Anybody in the community looking to make signs? Let me know. I'm looking to spend. Looking to make a few silly signs, apparently. Wasn't aware I was in the market until today, but here we are. So now it's getting a little bit more even here. Nick Hatter looking for the gap, trying to find the moment, but it's going to be the Diddy who strikes first. So need a quick response here from Nick Hatter, and we get it. Thank you, Nick Hatter. We appreciate taking criticism and applying that knowledge in the esports world and any world involving sports. We call that coachability. If only it were as simple as just saying, Nick Hatter, please get a smash here at 19%. If only it were that simple. I bet everybody would say that. Just get him at 0. You know, just send him into the beyond. Don't even bother fighting. Just win. Banana peel thrown off the edge as it should be because that's littering. But now it's in the ocean. Bit of a problem. Again, littering in the ocean, has no care in the world about it. I did not say Karen. That's a totally different thing. Elliot, don't put words in my mouth. Jumping into a banana, bad for your health. And that's going to be 2 for the Diddy. Nick Hatter, get this stock and win the video game, I think is the ultimate call right now. Trips on the Diddy Nana Peel. Now we've switched roles. The blue bananas are the ones we like. I was ready to be angry at that red banana peel, as I should have been. Gets through the shield there for a nice grab. Throw off to the side. The physics of this monkey's movement is defying the laws of human nature, and any nature for that matter. Trips on the banana peel, and that's going to be a big combo for the Diddy. Takes out the young Lincoln. That is going to be the 3-0 in favor of Kelloggsville. So that is going to be the 3-0 in favor of Kelloggsville. Charlotte going to be looking for next week to make a strong comeback here. But for all of us here, we are going to say thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your support as always. Be sure to check out the VOD if you are just tuning in and you are not able to be with us for the entirety of this match. It is going to be up on our YouTube page. Search up Charlotte HS Esports. But that is going to do it for us today. And thank you for being here.